Crazy news. Same tourney, different name. And who gave Melissa money? All this and more on today's Brilliant Observations. Do.
Good morning, Melissa.
Oh, here's how good morning, Amy. Thank you for joining me once again on this very weird platform we have.
That's what I do. That's what I join you.
So when I say who gave me money, I want to be very clear. No one. But I have money. I have money. And I find I spend it on the dumbest things. My who gave me money was more, how did I get money and why am I still not a grown up and spending it on things that, I don't know.
Who authorized me as decision maker over this pile of cash because I'm behaving as fraudulently as a toddler in a turnstile. Super no good. Yes.
I love that visual. I can't stop seeing it. I love it. And I zoom right around and around and around. That is the most accurate. Amy, do you have things that like you look at in your house and think, who let me buy shit? Like, because this is ridiculous. It is. I'm going to give you a tiny example. I have hundreds. I'm going to give you a tiny example. And then as I'm giving you this example, please think about things that you can't believe people give you money and you're spending it on these things. Okay?
Okay.
My tiny example is I went to the beach this past weekend with my husband and we went to pick up our first meal. We fast until noon. So I dropped him off at Taco Cat to pick up our cheesesteak egg rolls and fried shrimp tacos and all the joy. And I kept walking to the candy store. And if I were to say, like a kid in a candy store, this
not
candy
even accurate. It's not even accurate. It's more like a tiger in a meat factory. Like
yes, that's probably more like it. But I didn't just go for my very high-end chocolate, which, I mean, I've got a problem and I know it. Clap my hands. So, yeah, I didn't just do that. As I'm checking out, I look to my right as she says, would you like this wrapped? I'm like, don't stand in the way of me and that pecan/cashew bark. Oh, dark chocolate. Yeah. Anyway, I look over to my right and I see a box. And in the box, it has I want to get it right, Bats Taffy. Do you remember the Bats Taffy?
I do remember from the way back, yes.
So into the bag fell a banana and a chocolate taffy on that stick. It's really just the worst, and it was nostalgia, so I thought, I'm getting these. Amy, ask me how much they were.
I'm going to say it's the beach. They were probably like $1.50. For it's like a stick, an individual candy,
An
right?
individual stick with a hint of taffy on it, which could have been there for 7 years. Nobody knows,
right? Like sugar daddy size from 100 years ago. Yeah.
My answer is, I don't know. I just bought it. I just added it to the pile. I don't even know how much it was because I'm so irresponsible and somebody gave me money. What the fuck? I so hope my husband's not listening to this episode right now.
Well, I don't know why you're buying banana taffy. Let's start there. But
I love everything artificially flavored with banana artificial flavor. Something's wrong with me. I know it. I admit it. Legit.
I agree.
Too legit. Too legit.
I agree.
What is it that you irresponsibly or just dumbly spend your hard-earned money on?
God, how can I say? Who am I to say? How am I to know? I feel like I'm mocked for the things that I get more than I judge them myself because I wouldn't buy it if I thought it was a bad buy. So I don't ever truly pay attention to the price of ingredients or food. I pay attention when it's more than I am able to spend. Yeah. But I don't. Then I just have to go find the money to get it. Like I just don't. Do you know what I mean? Like if I want a particular pasta, I'll order that shit from Italy, and it'll arrive in a box wrapped in bubble wrap, and I call it my internet pasta. And it's ridiculous, but it's gorgeous and super pale and bronze cut, many month aged, super dried, gorgeous, crazy shapes you can't get. And it's like a pound of pasta is $14. I mean, that's ridiculous. 'Cause, yeah, nice face.
Wow.
Yeah, but at the same time,
Okay.
but how much would you pay for a steak? If you're
Don't-
having a meal,
Don't ask
and the
me.
highlight of the
Yeah.
meal is the ingredient, the highlight of the meal is the pasta. If you're serving pasta as the dish, do you have to focus that it costs me $1.82 at the ding dong right now? Yeah, you can get it. You can get what you have to get. That's the easy extravagance. When something is quadruple the price it ought to
Right.
be, but the
Right.
original price is like $1. Do you know, it still feels like robbery. I have a hard time paying for eggs. Because eggs now are $6, $7, and it's fucking nuts. But what are you gonna do? You're not gonna have an egg? No,
You're gonna get chickens.
This is the world we live in. Now we have eggs. No, I won't get chickens. Fuck that. I will
Fuck
not
chickens?
get chickens. Fuck chickens. There are chickens that live in this goddamn neighborhood. They don't belong.
Fuck
They are.
chicken.
I fucking snap their bones for my breakfast anyway. I don't think I have any kind of pro-chicken policy. They're my fucking dinner.
They're
no,
hollow.
I'm not
Those
raising
bones are
you.
hollow. Don't bother.
I love you, chickens. I think you're great. Thank you for your
Delicious.
sacrifice. You are delicious. I'm sorry that we farm you in super unsustainable ways and torture you. That's not cool. That's not right. But I'm not going to be fucking picking up your poop and letting you wander around my house like, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck
Chickens.
that and fuck you.
I
No.
think
Fuck
now
it.
this episode is called Fuck Chickens. And we wonder why we're just holding steady with our current listeners.
Yeah, no is the answer. I'm not.
By the way-
I'm not a goddamn barnyard. Sorry, pass off. No,
My taffy was 15 cents, by the way. In reality, we have a friend whose chicken was menacing, very similar to the sounds. I've never heard somebody say, he was menacing, so I snapped his neck and killed him. And my husband said,
Wow.
did you eat him? And his answer was, no.
I flung his lifeless body in the street
Where
because
he
I am a
belongs.
human and I sit atop the chicken chain.
Where he
No,
belongs.
I don't need all
'cause
that. I
Fuck
don't
chickens.
I don't need all that. Well, I mean, also fair, but no, I'm not doing that. I like beef. I'm not fucking raising cattle. I mean, at a certain point, why do you cross over? I'm not growing wheat in the backyard. It's just too much homesteady. I'm not.
Okay,
I'm
and
not
that's why
rock
we don't
steady
have
with your homesteady.
cock.
Yeah.
Steady,
enough.
cock it all night. Yes, so that's one pasta for you. For me, it was my vices, really, which are what, like T-shirts and chocolate. So T-shirts play a role. Like, did I need that T-shirt with the Israeli flag on it to wear around with pride? Need? I think we should reinvest in vocabulary SATs because that shit doesn't happen anymore. And no, I didn't need it. I just wanted it. And because nobody's policing me. Meanwhile, if somebody tried to police me, I'd flip out. But nobody's policing me. So all the shirts, nostalgic snacks. Come on. I have two more for you. Well, I buy presents for people. Things that make me think of
Yes.
you. Who gave me money? You know who'd really like that? Cha-ching, send, drop ship right now. Love that. It gives me joy. So does banana flavored taffy. All the shirts,
Yikes.
nostalgic snacks. And here's one that's going to get you. Do you remember? It's nostalgia. My brain stopped retaining all memories and now I'm spending money on nostalgia. How about the Benetton rugby?
Oh my God, yes. I do remember that.
Right?
I do remember
Would
that.
you wear it again?
No. Nuh-uh. No. They were never comfortable, honestly. They didn't fit right. They were too rigid and stiff. Like a proper rugby is fucking shitty. It's like a uniform, literally, because that's what it is. It's like all the rowing blazers that is like a fucking brand I love right now. It's great, but they're not very comfortable. The fabrics they're performance wear. They're meant to be, grabbed at by some giant orangutan who's going to knock you to the ground and throw you across the goal. And the fabric held up. Wee! Yeah. Well, how soft and supple
No rips.
do you
It
think that
absorbs
fabric is?
blood and snot
No,
and
my
sweat.
skin ripped, but not the shirt. Yeah, no, I don't want that. I don't want something that is harsher and stronger than my skins. Yeah. So they were always just the cuffs would be constricting around me. You don't remember this feeling? And
No, I do, but if you look at them
shirt
now,
blanket
they're
was
new
so
and they're
stiff.
nice.
It was like up by your face, and you're like, get off, just fucking get off. You're on my neck. Get off. Oh, God, I'm getting hivey. Yeah, I did like the look of them. I like the idea of them. And then I put them on, and I thought, you got to get off me right now. I can't. I'm not doing you. No, sorry.
Was yours blue?
Sorry, get out. No, it was striped.
Yeah, white with a
proper
blue
rugby.
stripe, or mine was green.
Mine are always, I had several now that I think about it. There was that whole Ralph Lauren American fashion phase where you have the tennis sweater where it's a big chunky white cable sweater and it's got a V-neck and the V-neck is yellow with a streak of blue through it, or invert that or something.
Very
and somehow
preppy.
there's red incorporated.
You're
yeah,
very
that was
preppy.
all of that shit. OP corduroy shorts. Yeah, let's go.
You're down with OPP.
Let's sign it up.
You know me.
You know me. That was my jam, baby. That was my jam.
I might have seen chocolate chip cookies packaged, not fresh, not anything, that are wildly nostalgic to me, and they might be arriving at my... Look, I've got a problem. It feels like it's mostly food, except for the Benetton rugby, and I'm just admitting to it here. Isn't that the first step, admitting that you have a problem?
Well, the good news for you, if there is any in this, is that your idea of an extravagance, of a luxury, of something that is borderline problematic in its scope, right, costs change. It costs dollars. It costs maybe $106. It's not the $2,500 handbag, of which there are 5, because you saw them this week. Like, there are people who find indulgences that are wildly inappropriate. They really are wildly inappropriate because they're buying belts and bags and things of value. Things of value. No, the handbags, the shoes, the sneakers, the belts, all of that stuff. Even anything that has a secondary market, you buy it and you think, well, I can always have it for a season or two, and then if I'm not using it, I can sell it again. Or it's an investment piece. It's a classic. I'm going to keep it forever. Like, none of that interests me. I don't even aspire to that mindset. Some folk do. Some folk spend a lot of time daydreaming about, if I could, that is what, right? If I could get, afford, receive, whatever, that is what I would pick. That's the luxury item I would pick. I don't even have that. If I win the lottery, those thoughts aren't in my head. Like, that's the way that
really?
You kind of don't have a problem. Yeah, if I had the lottery, I'm not going to bedeck myself from head to toe in luxury designer brands.
Well, what are you doing with that money?
Going somewhere, buying an investment, and then having experiences and travel with all of my people. Like, I'm going to use a significant portion of the money to build a money box that keeps generating money for me. Like, that's all it is. It's an investment.
I want a money box.
You got to make one. That's it. And you just get enough money, and then all of a sudden you construct the money box, and it spits out money to you all the time without ceasing. That's the goal. So that's what I would do with it. I wouldn't buy a purse that's empty that I have to fill with my own money, outside and in. No. I'm going to make a money box. And then if anybody wants a purse, I'll get you one. But I don't really want that purse, really. So I saw a woman in the lobby of the hotel just this past weekend walk in, as you do in the lobby of a hotel, with 3 bags on. Your overnight bag, your giant oversized tote bag, and probably a large handbag, all draped in various crossbody round the back, through the neck, choke you, whatever. Carrying too much shit as you're walking into a hotel. The first one was a Louis Vuitton, the one with the green, the brown and the baby vomit brown.
Sure.
Like chocolate brown,
yep.
and then baby caca brown squares all over it. That one that everybody has. Is that Louis Vuitton? Am I even saying the right name? Okay.
Louis Vuitton.
So
I don't know.
One.
Are you saying it like my mother?
Louis Vuitton is how you say it.
Okay, good.
Vuitton is how you say it, but I can't even tell from looking. Because a lot of times I'm like, is that a Coach? Like, I don't fucking know. So anyway, I think that's, yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
$5,000. So anyway, it was the gigantic one that looked
The
like
bucket.
a suitcase size, a duffel size that you have over your shoulder. Then she had some other gigantic one with a huge stripe down the center, which I had seen before.
Gookie?
And then she had, no, but it's one of the newer ones. Like, it's not a Chloe, but something like this, right? It's in that category of like, oh my God. Like, I would look at it and think, that looks fun. Then I look at the price and it's like, no, that's not for me. So yeah. And all of these things. And in she comes wandering. And so I'm just looking at the amount of money in that drip. I mean, easily that's $6,000 on your person. Probably
before
more,
you fill it.
I don't track it.
Like you said,
attention.
Before you fill it. Right.
Before you fill it with all your bullshit and shit. Another woman came to the lacrosse field when we were in Jersey, one of these recent weekends. They're all a blur, friends. And she was wearing Valentino shoes at the lacrosse field. Valentino shoes.
Because she can.
Did you get lost? What? It's turf out here. What are you fucking doing? I mean, at that point, you didn't just come from your gala at 10 o'clock in the morning, right? You didn't just decide. You're not going somewhere at 11 o'clock in the morning that requires these shoes. So what the fuck are you doing? And she was very, very trim and tucked and plumped in all the right places and smooth taut in all the other places. And
she has
everything
a trainer.
was very well put together.
Yeah.
And I glanced over and I thought, ooh, I like that bag or whatever the hell I looked at her and I thought to myself, there's something in this. This looks pretty good. Let's see. This is very stylish. It's unusual to see somebody who's not
one
head
of
to toe
these
and
things
down
is not
with a
like
giant
the
scarf.
others.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So I was like, let's see what I can learn from this. And I look over and I said, wow. I just looked at it and thought, no. Who you trying to get? Who you trying to impress on the field? What are you doing? Anyway, so the fact that you're hung up on candy and
Cookies.
flavor name T-shirts,
and teas.
I think you're doing okay. And when you start collecting, I don't know, houses and goblets and cars and what the fuck else? Pots of gold. I just need another pot of gold with my money. Yeah,
I just need another.
That's when you're in trouble.
Money box in the middle of the room that
Beyonce
just
wigs,
shoots out.
Like whatever the fuck you're gonna get. Oh my God, that's another thing. I just have to say, shout out to our black friends and sisters and African American peeps and anybody with hair who wants to go and sit and have their hair braided for, say it with me,
hours.
11 hours.
Shit.
So many folk on social media. I'll get these alerts saying, okay, it's time for Ask Me Anything. Professional folk they say, I'm going to be sitting in the chair for 11 hours. So as my gift to you, I'm going to do an Ask Me Anything live while I get braided. And I'm like, what? The whole concept that you have that much money to sit somewhere for 11 hours and somebody braid your hair and patience and that you want to spend it. Well, I guess you're earning money while you sit there, but oh my God, the thought of it. Can you imagine? I can't even make it 20 minutes.
Well, that's the whole Melissa's flight to Australia, if she goes, will be 24 hours, and Melissa's back is solid for 3, and that's it. So what do I do besides medicate and spend more money on business class tickets that let you lay down, sleep, and move?
No, you're first class. You have to go first class. Sorry, that's what you're doing. You're going first class. So
Did you hear that, honey?
Flat.
Yeah.
Too bad. I don't know why this is a question for anyone. I don't know why this is a question.
Price. Because
for anyone.
15 cents on bats is my luxury.
No, this is no, it's not a luxury. This is a requirement. This is how it goes. You're not doing this because you want to feel posh. You're doing this because you want to be able to fucking walk when you get there.
Correct.
That's the way. That's the cost of steerage for you is first. That's too bad. You have to be in first class. That's the way it is. And you are going to figure out a way to pay for it. Put it on a credit card. Finance it.
Honey, did you hear that?
That's how it goes.
Okay, fair.
You will very soon be too old and infirm to even go anywhere you want to go. This is the time to spend the money. Who are you saving it for? Not them ingrate kids. Fuck them kids. You want to fuck a chicken? Fuck them kids, number one. Why are we working? Oh, my Jesus Christ on the cross. Come and save me, Jesus. Oh, I was just looking at our tuition bills again. And I can't. I just fucking can't. I fucking can't. God, it's so many. I just broke it down by semesters because I thought, how many more semesters do I have to do this? My last semester payment's in 2030, Melissa.
Oh my God,
that's
2030.
That's too fucking far away. That's too fucking far. Give me a first class ticket to anywhere. I will go and stay there and not come back.
Is that not counting graduate schools?
I have tentatively made the decision that I'm not paying for your fucking graduate school. I'm not. I'm not. Get into one first. And why aren't they paying for it? They all pay for it at this point. Grad schools pay you to come and go to them at this point.
Right.
That's the way that works.
Sure. I will tell my kids to look for a law school that's going to pay them to go there. That's a great idea.
The law firm will also pay it back. Take out a student loan, and the law firm that hires you pays it off.
I like the idea of that.
Not only do they pay it off, I didn't know this was possible. Fortunately, thank you. I'm so grateful. We don't have student loans yet. We don't have student loans of any kind. People who have student loans, I didn't know you could do this. When you get your job and you decide, fuck these student loans, you can call the student loan people and negotiate a payout with them that is far less than what you owe. You can call them up and say, I'm going to be rid of you right now. So let's talk it out. I could pay you $16 or whatever the fuck it is for 1,000 years, or I could slow walk this shit for 1,000,000 years and owe you giant, and you're never going to get it. Or just like the lump sum lotto payout, you can cut X, Y, and Z all the way down to the bone, and I'll write you that check today. That's what the law firms do.
They
negotiate the bill and they fucking pay it. Yeah. So especially if you want to be a lawyer, they got ways around everything. That's why we love them.
You made me panic a little when you said, well, it's not like you collect cars, because last weekend we did buy a 4th car for our fleet for the 4 members in our family.
What'd you get? Rivian? What'd you get? Oh, I know. A Bentley. Did you get a Bentley?
For my
Did you
son.
fill it up with banana taffy? Yeah, I know. What'd you get?
He got the very best of, he got a Subaru Forester.
Oh, is he gay?
That's so funny. I said, babe,
come with a boyfriend.
There's a rumor. He goes, Mom, nobody does research like lesbians. I totally trust all the work they put into discovering this was the best car, and I want it. If they've done the legwork, I support it. I'm like, attaboy. Attaboy. So we do now have another car not to hit in the driveway when we're pulling out of the garage. But yeah.
Oh my gosh, I tell you, the dance of the too many cars in too small a space. I'm over it. We even had that when we were traveling just this weekend. We were in a gas station in a city, and I had forgotten when all the cars now are bigger than any of the roads that were ever built. And so you're trying to navigate this service station that's as big as my ass, which is, sizable ass size. But for service station, it's way too small, and none of the cars can fucking make it. And I was just having a heart attack while people are backing in and backing up to you. It's like what I imagine it must be to be an 18-wheeler driver going into the
anywhere
delivery bay at fucking Walmart, where they're like, and then they come inches from death and killing and squashing everything. But somehow they're going faster than they should, and they still know the dimensions of their car. I'm getting hivey just thinking about it. It's very stressful.
That's the reason the newish car. It's not new. That's the reason that the new to us car is for my son, because my daughter has decided she knows the parameters of her current car, and that's the only car she wants to drive for the rest of her life, because she can back it in everywhere. She likes its size and maneuverability. And he said, yeah, I could drive fucking anything like a normal person. I'll drive anything but an 18-wheeler. Yeah, that was an interesting, what's it going to take to put you in the car today? Here's my favorite part of buying that car. It comes certified pre-owned, right? We got the little old lady who drove it to church. We found it came in. We happened to come in on the same day. It was magical. Great. So he says, you have a warranty on the big 3, and that's not your tires. That's not really your brakes. It's your engine. It's your whatever the fuck it is you get on the big 3. But the whole thing's electrical and this and that. Here's the backup warranty that will cost you almost $3,000. And we've already paid for a car that's more than we wanted to spend, house, car, the big ones. You rationalize, well, if you're putting it into, roll this into, you rationalize it. And then he says, after 5 minutes of us saying, no, we don't want another $3,000 on this bill. No, I'll give you my employee discount. What's that, Tommy? What is that? Oh, that's down to $1,500. And I'm like, okay, that's like half price from what you're asking. And my husband said, still no. His employee discount. And basically he's like, well, what would you pay? Actually, not basically. These are his words. Well, sir, what would you pay for this warranty? And I thought, I did not realize this was such a negotiation of it's $3,000. And when my husband's like, $700, that seems like a number that I think he looked at the price of the car, rounded up to the nearest whole number and said, that's what we'd be comfortable paying. And the guy said, whoa, I mean, I can't do 10 more minutes.
Sign right here.
10 more minutes pass. Mm-hmm. And for $800, we got a full fucking warranty to like when you stop making payments on college. To like 2030, we have a warranty that's soup to nuts on that car. So I don't like sending my kids out in a car in the first place. The world is a crazy place, and we just finished teaching them not to start road ragey fights because everybody has a gun in their car and you never know. Everybody comes home on Friday. So I'm going to have a full house. When does your full house come?
I don't truly get a full house until well into late December because of course I got the one who doesn't live here anymore. So I scoot and pick up Mr. College boy, middle college boy on Friday. He would like to come home. They're closed for both he and the high schooler. This has never been the case. And now, magically, it is the case. For years, I thought, why don't they do this? Both are closed for the entire week of Thanksgiving. Both institutions. Before it was like, idiot's going to push you up to like Wednesday at 1 p.m.
What are you doing on Wednesday? What's happening there?
What are you doing on Tuesday? It's just
That's
stupid.
true.
And
That's
also,
true.
why don't you treat your staff also and just fuck off. So they are all done and all gone. So, and interestingly, we will be in your neck of the woods over the weekend. So I pick him up from college on Friday after his last class in the middle of the day, whenever that happens to be. I drive him home, come home, I sleep. Saturday, I drive to where you are. I drive from North Carolina all the way to North Philly, and then I'm there through Sunday very, very late. Then I drive all the way back home. Then I sleep. Then I get back in the car, and I drive all the way to North Delaware, and I stay there for 2.5 days. And then I drive home, sleep, and then I drive. Yeah, it's just,
Holy shit.
Staying up there. Yeah, it's just nobody, the complications are myriad. So not the least of which is the boys would like some time in their house to see their people. So being gone every single weekend as the little one is, and now the one coming home from college, you get to come home from college to actually not stay home from college. All your friends are flying in from all their places, and you can't see them because you're going to be in northern Uzbekistan. No, fuck that. So it is what it is. But it's a lot. We drove home last night, and after a very long weekend, it was late and tough.
Was it a productive weekend?
Wear on me.
Was it productive?
It was. We had, the little one was in a Nike showcase, an invitational Nike showcase, which was really good, and he played extraordinarily well. It's a long fucking day.
Weekend.
Anyway,
it's a long pilgrimage
weekend.
for you.
It's a long fucking weekend, and it's ice cold, and which is because if there was a huge cold snap. I don't know if you felt the cold snap too where you are, but that's where we were. Yeah, Asbury Park, New Jersey. It was like 31 degrees and the wind's blowing and it's fucking cold. So I'm going to tell you something. So I was bundled up and I was on the sidelines, had my phone in my pocket, as I do. I don't hold it, one, because it's too cold, two, because I'm looking at the field. I'm not looking at my phone. I just have it on me. And most of the time I have it on silent because I don't want to be that person being the ass. So I was walking back from the field, back to get warmed up in between. And for no real reason at all, just walking, hands in my pockets, didn't look at my phone. I had this thought of my best friend Janine, and she wears these idiotic socks, right? These toe socks. Do you know about these socks with toes on them?
I sure do, yeah.
So the last time I saw her, she had these toe socks on, and we got into a kind of a play fight over it because I was just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And she immediately jumped to her own defense, and I didn't like it. And I just decided in that moment that she was not going to be allowed to wear those socks. So we were really getting into it. And then the next day, I said, I was being a bully. You can have whatever sock. I'm going to endorse your socks. I don't endorse them. I don't. But I'm not going to be a bully about it. And it's really hard for me to sit here silent knowing that these exist. So anyway, I was just sort of ruminating as I was walking from the field over to our car in between games, thinking about the toe socks. And I was like, I got to just trust that she knows what she's doing. Get to the car, open the car door, dump my shit in there, climb into the car. Whew, nice little treat. Let's see what's on the phone. Pull out the phone. There is a text from Janine with a photo of the fucking toe socks that she had sent me that moment.
Woman.
That fucking moment in a group text. And everybody was commenting back and forth, toe socks, toe socks, toe socks, toe socks, toe socks. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? That creeped me the fuck out.
You're a witchy
woman. It popped
woman.
into my head because it popped into my phone on my hip that I was not looking at, and that didn't say toe socks on your hip.
Right.
That's fucking weird. And then I'll tell you another thing that happened with my phone, which is fucking crazy. And this also is kind of witchy, all right? The next day, in the next city, we had parked. The parking was very poor. It was overwhelmed. Too many people, not enough spaces. That sometimes is the case. We crazily got lucky. And we were like, okay, let's just give up. Let's go park a mile away and figure out how to walk here and blah, blah. Somebody pulled out. Unbelievable. Rockstar parking. So the car is facing the field. And the only thing separating the field and my car is that net that they put up, how tall it is, net between the poles. And the balls are flying and the balls are bouncing and the balls are flying and the balls are bouncing. And I just didn't feel comfortable with it. Even though it was the best parking ever. It was like divine parking. And I just was like, something is wrong. And I had this sinking feeling, our car is going to get hit with a ball. I feel it. I feel it in my stomach. Somebody's getting hit with a ball today. I can feel this.
It already has. You've already had that experience.
So then I spent the whole first game trying to get it out of my mind because I was like, all right, now you're bringing it to yourself. Now you're bringing this bad thought to yourself. So you got to do something. And I stood up. I said, it costs me nothing to move this car. It might potentially cost me more money than anyone in the world has to replace this front windshield on a drive. Like, I'm not going to risk it. So I got up and I moved the car, right? Didn't move it far. I just moved it. And there happened to be a space. So I was like, okay, that's providence again. Divine providence, right? Whew. And then I just released it and I felt so much better. I was like, okay, that's good. Then later, 2 games later, I happened to be walking behind the goal of a game in action, trying to leave the fields. The path that they have you walk is behind another game that's going in progress.
Yeah. Say it. Just say it.
Kid took a shot on goal and hit me with the fucking ball.
Hit you.
Shot on goal directly into my hip pocket, which happened to hold my phone, which is the only thing that prevented the ball from going straight into my hip. It went pap right in, and you could hear the crack of you could hear the sound. And the thing, honestly,
oh my God,
that really turned it into a charming moment because it was startling and it hurt a lot, is that everybody, all the players and all those spectators in unison gave that really satisfying, ooh.
She's going to feel that for days.
I just got clocked with that fucker. Clocked. But it hit the phone, and it hit the back of the phone, was facing out, so it hit the case, through my coat, the pad of my down coat, hit the case, pap, made this loud noise. The case protected the phone. The phone
Holy
didn't break.
shit.
The phone slapped into my leg. I mean, I have a huge bruise in the shape of a phone on my hip, but still. Isn't that crazy?
Holy shit.
So I knew that somebody was getting hit with a ball, but it was me. It wasn't my car.
My car was safe the whole time. I'm the
The
crackhead.
universe was trying to tell me, maybe you shouldn't walk behind the goal. maybe you could leave your car parked where it is, ding ding, but maybe you shouldn't walk behind the goal. And to be fair, there were 3 other people behind me and 2 ahead of me. So it's like this was the line of people walking. This was not like, I'm going to go do this. And see
Right. You weren't alone.
Like this was how you're supposed to exit. Yeah. The crack and then the ooh. You know that. You've been the one making the ooh before. And all I could do, and the ball bounced off me and back toward them. So I didn't even have to like bend and throw it or do anything else. So all I did is just sort of look at everybody and give them a thumbs up and kept walking. Everybody like,
That's when you put your hands up in the air and you say, I'm okay. That's absolutely going to leave a mark, but I'm okay.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Yes. Crack.
Do you know what doesn't get a thumbs up?
No.
I have a crazy news story for you, and I can see that you're sitting.
Let's hear it.
You ready? Here's the title. Nope. I'm just going to read. A New Jersey elementary school janitor is accused of performing sexual acts with school objects and contaminating food and cafeteria utensils with his bodily fluids and bleach.
Ew.
Come again? Come again? I mean, don't come again, but what?
He will. So he's having liberties.
Yes.
With forks and things. And then is he cleaning them with the bleach?
He's accused of contaminating
food.
Fornicating
with the bleach.
At this school cafeteria with saliva, urine, and feces. He also sprayed bleach into a container of food that was later served to kids with the intention of harming students. Yeah. Come again?
Wow.
Right?
I so thought you were going to do the one where they found that woman's torso in a dumpster. God bless. This is worse.
Save that for next week.
You're gross. I was driving home last night. And I turned on CN to the N. My husband hates it because all they do is play commercials. And I thought they were going to tell me some news of the day because I hadn't heard any. And then all they say is like, unwrapped a bag in which he found a human torso. And I was like, turn it off. And I'm, trying to like get the navigation says. And the woman go, torso. Yeah, but even that's not like fecal bleach matter in the mashed potatoes. That's sad.
Fecal bleach matter. Disturbing
I don't
videos.
want my children eating fecal bleach.
He posted disturbing videos of himself while at work. Okay, you're asking for it?
We found out because he publicized it, not because someone was watching. Are there not cameras?
No, I guess not. His post show, maybe they did resort to cameras after. But who's looking at those on the regular? His post showed him doing things that would endanger the well-being of students at the school. So, contaminated more items in another area of the school with his bodily fluids as well, officials said. What?
I don't want the jizz janitor touching the food. He's a janitor. Why is he in the kitchen?
He was charged Thursday with official misconduct.
Oh, you think? Oh, God. Fucking deucing it in the sink.
What are you doing? First of all, he's 25. That's
No, he is not. Not mentally. That's a problem. That's not okay.
What is the appropriate
gross.
punishment for this dude? Urine,
Jail
saliva,
time.
duty. Jail time.
Jail time. I mean, obviously in a facility where they're going to focus on get your brain straight, but something is really wrong there. He's not getting, this is somebody who is not theoretically getting any kind of gratification out of what he's doing. He's just actively looking for attention and to cause harm. Like this is like that Munchausen business, right? Fuck the kids up. I don't understand the psyche. I don't want any part of it. It terrifies me to think deeply about the level of access and availability to harm that we as all humans have to other people. It's shocking. It's shocking. Every day. I know the only way is to just blot it out. And I know that's a privilege, but it's one I cling to because I got to believe when I carry that stuff around, it makes me worse. I don't help humanity when I carry that around. I barely can function when I carry it around. So the best thing that I can do for humanity is to fucking not think about and touch that stuff. It's a huge cop-out. And at the same time, is it though? Is it though? There are people. There are policemen. There are police women, detectives, I don't know, murder podcasters, all the people who get all the way up to their tits in this horrible muck and filth. And they sort it out. And they catch the fucking killer. That comedian whose wife died.
Yes.
He caught the Zodiac killer. Because
She
he
did.
decided he was going to dig through all that fucking D
Her
and the N
notebooks,
and the
yeah.
A and the gross shit. Bleh. No, no, no. I'm grateful to the people who do that work. I can't. I won't because I physically can't.
You
do it.
said
I
he
can't
gets
watch horror movies.
You said he gets no joy out of his job. He's a 25-year-old janitor at an elementary school. What kind of joy were you thinking he was getting out of his job? Because it sounds like he was getting joy, and for that, he's getting in trouble.
Well, to frame what I said a little differently, I don't perceive, based on the little bit you've said, that he was getting sexual satisfaction out of what he was doing, because it sounded like what he was doing was in the realm of sexual dysfunction, right? So maybe I'm making all that up. I wasn't talking about his job satisfaction. I'm also talking about what you doing. What kind of satisfaction are you getting other than, like, you're not getting anything personal. It's like, how
Not
is it
that
a
I can
fetish
see.
that you, is it a fetish that you shit on a fork? Like, I
Well,
don't know.
he
Or
also
what are you
could
even
work
doing?
there
Sticking
during
it
the
in and mixing it
day.
up?
Well, during the day, he could be
Yeah.
like, that's where the satisfaction comes in. These fucking kids who do nothing but
I've
wipe
tricked
boogers,
people.
now they're going to eat my boogers, or now they're going to have my duty in there. Oh, eat a shit sandwich. It was like
So
in the
this
help.
This
it
is
was
like, this is like the shit pie from the help.
yes, like that.
Oh,
So that's the joy I think he gets out of
a
it.
possibility that he is mistreated, he is downtrodden, that these fucking kids come in and make my life harder. So I'm gonna bleach them up.
Do you remember your
Wow.
custodian from elementary school, middle school?
Yeah, actually, Janusz, I remember him quite well. He was a Polish immigrant, and he played amazing piano. And sometime we would catch him after school where they'd let him go into the music room, and he would just play this fucking crazy. Like, it's the kind of thing where it's like, dude, what are you doing? Yeah, I get that you can't speak English and probably are here illegally, but you could play the piano like that. What the fuck you cleaning up after us? It was a small school. What do you want me to say?
It's a very
Yes,
small
I remember
school.
the janitor.
Yeah,
I remember the janitor.
These kids will remember theirs forever too.
Oh, if they live to forever.
Right?
What's up, bleach
Come
potatoes?
on, what kind of potatoes would you like for Thanksgiving? No.
I just don't get why people want to fuck with food. I don't get it. I don't get
That's
a lot of
because
things.
joy is in food for us, and for other people, it's a necessity. It's just a necessity, and it's not joy. And now it's
Like,
full
if
of
he's the
semen
janitor,
and duty.
I mean, I don't want to give him. Well, I don't want to give him ideas. But if you're the janitor, why are you not like jizzing on the fucking seat? Because that shit'll dry kind of clear.
I don't
and
want
then
to
people
give
are all
him
sitting in your
ideas.
jizz, right? Or like smearing deuce on the sink, all the handles of the sink.
Because
Like,
they're going to
take your
call you
turds
to
and rub
clean
'em.
it up.
But that's my whole point. If you're already handling the piss and the poop to stick it in the kitchen, like, why you got to go in the kitchen? Like, there are a lot of ways that you can fuck these kids up. Like, I'm not going to come up with
You
more
should
ideas.
write a
But these
book.
are just off the top of my head. They're just off the top of my head. And none of them involve, like, culinary mischief. I'm just trying to say, I think
You should
he's
write a book.
misdirected. No, I will not. That's the other thing. Stephen King got nothing on me. If I were ever to write down, if I wanted to scare you, the amount of I would be so traumatized with the shit that I would invent of how terrifying it would be. That's part of the reason I don't like all that horror stuff, because my brain will go, you know how I connect thoughts that don't work together. Imagine if I wanted to use that for harm. Oh, the Hannibal Lecter creativity that would flow out of me would terrify the world. I'm not doing it. I won't go there. I'm using my powers for good.
You should.
I'm blocking those lacrosse
I tried
shots.
to use my with your labia. I tried to use
my ass.
I tried to use my power for good when I worked the polls last week, and it seemed
I
to
know
have,
you a poll worker.
it worked. So yay! I only got yelled at twice, which is super great. 2 out of 600 people who went through there and voted with us. So that was good.
Why they yelling at my friend Melissa? I got a janitor who can take care of that real quick.
I kept his number. Yes, when he is released, I will be waiting for him with his.
Who yelled
plastic-
at you? Who yelled at you?
I was told
That's my job, number one.
I am going to show you my ID and you are going to look at it because I feel that everyone should have to show their IDs to vote. And I was like, I'm not looking up. I have your name. I've already marked your ballot as, the number just so we could keep track. It's what my personal part of that day. And I've already moved her on to the next person, and she is trying to shove her license in my face. And I'm not biting. I turned around.
Let me guess the first name. Karen?
It's exactly who it was.
I hate that. I hate that slanderous thing, but it's the shorthand we have. Oh my God. So what did you do? You didn't give her the satisfaction?
I did not.
You said, I'm not looking at you. I'm not looking at you, Pam.
I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. I passed her to the person that had the actual book she had to sign, which if she needed to show us her ID, it would have said right there, please check ID. It is one of the requirements for certain people. If you've moved, there are 7 reasons why you'd have to. She met none of them other than being obnoxious and telling me how she thought this should be run better. And
That's the kind of thing where you're like, you are disqualified from voting based on
have that power.
my force and authority of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Yep, that's us. Pennsatucky. Yeah, that's us.
That's the one through the Commonwealth has fully vested in me the power to eject you from this site forcibly.
Is that mean that flight attendants are more powerful than I am at the polls? Because I can't keep you from voting, and they can keep you from flying, so you don't fuck with them.
You can keep her from voting. Yes, you can. She has to meet your criteria. So technically, you are the one enforcing the criteria being met or not met. So
okay.
You have that power.
While we're enforcing...
If she presents without the proper criteria, then yes, she cannot vote. You could say that's her fault, or it's your dominion because you are the one enforcing said criteria.
I heard what you did there. I heard what you did there with Dominion, and I liked it. I liked it a lot. The other one was like, can we move any faster than this?
We can't.
Let's go. And I'm like, you've literally been in the building for under 30 seconds. I don't know what to say to you. Like, did you think this was like, what have you done that you could walk into anywhere and been finished in 30 seconds? You sound ridiculous. So I just shoved him to the next person too, potentially someone with more patience. But what fact-checky really upset me was we did great all day. I was there from like noon until 9 p.m. We did great all day. And polls close at 8. So at 7:59, in walks a poll checker. She's not official, but she just has seen too many Trump speeches to think that corruption isn't amok. So she just planted her ass in her huge down coat with her arms crossed and stared at us as we opened the machine, took out all of the ballots, counted ballots.
She came for the money shot. She didn't think that any of the other humans were going to be the troublemakers. She thinks y'all are in there with your secret vat of ivermectin.
That's
and
what
jack up all
exactly what she thought. And we were like, I've just been sitting here taking shit from over 600 people, and now you're... Go fuck yourself. By the way, I brought all of my Halloween candy. Would you like some?
Hey, Stephanie, go get the bleach. It's time for us to sanitize these votes. Yeah. What the fuck? Yeah.
Bleach and feces only. Thank you.
My God.
Yeah, it was...
merciful, sweet Jesus God.
It was like so obnoxious. And I did say to somebody else, I was like, what's happening over there? She's a checker. Oh, she has like a badge like all the other officials who came in and out. No, she's designated herself with her friends in the group, the Mothers for Douchebaggery, that lost every seat that we have in Pennsylvania.
Oh, that's right.
Every seat. They were like, but nope. So thank you. And I just have a request. I would like for everybody to keep putting weed and abortion on the ballots because nothing does better for my cause than weed and abortion, and I'm very happy with it. Okay, Amy.
Well, thank you. Just officially, before we Amy me, thank you for officially taking your time on multiple days to go get trained to be a volunteer shit taker and to go sit there and take shit for all those hours, including being supervised by Jillsy Jump Up, who wants to tell the whole world that you're doing it wrong and can you do it faster, please. So thank you.
Yeah,
I
loved it.
Thank you.
I loved it.
I'm very grateful that you are there representing, helping everybody, and that more and more people are going to come out and vote.
Do it, guys.
When more people vote. Yeah, when more people vote, literally the majority viewpoint wins, and the majority viewpoint covers the majority. So let's go out there and get it instead of having the minority viewpoint be the law of the land.
And be the loudest.
Most of us don't fucking want that. Yeah. So there's only one way to get it done, and that's can we move this a little faster, please? Yes, we can. Go get in the fucking line and shut up. Yes, that's how it goes.
I took time to talk to you. Now these people have to wait. So you're right. Shut the fuck up and stay in line. Would you like a piece of chocolate? Okay. Amy, what would you say will be the best part of your life?
Oh my God. Whew. And it's an unanswerable question. It'll take me hours to come up. Did one pop off the top of your head when you heard that sentence? Question?
I feel like you don't know it's the best part until it's over and you're looking back with your 2020 hindsight saying, oh my God. But is that 2020 hindsight instead just telling you, I don't know, with a filter of some sort that was the best time and you might be in it now? I feel like in life there are stages, and when forced to look at what is the best part, I think I might be in it right now. And I kind of want to marinate here forever and buy my bats taffy. But I think I might be in it.
That sounds great.
I mean, I'm not driving to
I will tell you
75 places on the weekend.
I will tell you that many times in my life, I have tried to categorize the best creative work that I've done in any category, right? Because there's a lot of categories, I'm lucky to say. And I can tell you that on 2 occasions, I knew at the time that this was the best work to date. On 2 occasions, I was doing the best work that I had ever done, and the pressure kind of rolled up too, because it also was, I know I'm in it, and it's really fun to be in it, because frequently you don't know how, in creative, you don't know how it's going to work out until the thing is done, produced, and gone from you, and has a bit of space. That's when you can really assess it. And so to be able to be in the act of creating it, in the second and the moment of creating it, I thought, oh wow, yeah, this is the highlight. This is the first line of the resume or the eulogy, pick your pick, right? So if you're having that moment right now, you're having that moment where you're in the best yet and or of the best, among the best / the best until the next best comes along, and meaning the one to best this, and you can feel it and you want to stay in it. There's nothing better.
Yeah, I mean, my kids are moving in a direction that pleases them. They are both coming home on Friday. I mean, of course, they'll get here and then we'll record and they'll be like, get these fuckers out of my house. I got used to living alone and not answering.
Yeah.
Right. But right now, I'm like, you are both being rewarded by your choices, not choices I made for you, not anything Melissa related. And, Stuart and I went to the shore this weekend by ourselves. It was just the 2 of us. We usually bring friends and love doing that. But this was, I don't know how long we'll be there. I don't know what's going on. Let's just zoom down for a quick something. And our kids come home this weekend. We're probably going to go back. It is joy, 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 ... Oh, shit. Is another shoe going to fall? Like, I'm just instead of waiting for the bad shit to happen, I'm going to marinate in the joy. And that is a conscious decision I'm making.
If we've learned anything from the bear, it is that there is no other shoe. There is no other shoe that's going to drop. There is no other shoe. It's all good all the time. It's fantastic.
Until you get locked in a freezer.
I'm so happy for you.
Yes.
I'm so happy for you. There's a way out. I'm so happy for you. And plus, cold is very healthy. I'm so happy for you. This is so wonderful.
I'm
right?
just
contrast therapy. Yeah.
I'm just. I want to say without being a dick. Thank you for everything I have. Thanksgiving this year has taken on meeting early for me. I'm not even looking for those crazy Black Friday sales. I feel wildly content with my lot. My husband embarrassed himself tremendously in front of me this weekend, so I have leverage for probably 6 or 7 years.
Not sure what that means. Okay, good.
I will discuss with him
where that was going.
I will discuss with him if I could bring it up on our next pod, and if I can, it's worth it.
But break that down for me for a second. My husband embarrassed himself wildly in front of me. So in your private time together, he did something
mortifying
that made you laugh and brought you joy in the moment.
I
and now you shared the secret.
It was
now
amazing.
you share the secret
Yep.
that you can continue to bring up. Well, then there's no public satisfaction in sharing it further. You've already gotten the height because now you get to keep that forever. It's like a book that
my
you've
fear
read.
is that he's going to share it, and then that takes some of the wind out of my sail of, I thought I was the only one who could hold this over you and know this forever. And when you give me shit for my 15-cent taffy, which he would never do, I could say, you better be careful or I'm telling the world or our 1,000
That whole taffy
downloads.
thing was such a dodge. Here you were trying to sewed it up like it was the most expensive taffy in the whole world because it was such a crazy purchase. Who gave me money to buy this taffy?
It's a
15 cents.
stupid purchase. It was so dumb, but the nostalgia of it, the tiny piece of joy that it gave me, it wasn't stale either. It didn't break. It folded. Like I went last night after I took my nighty-night meds, I went to fill the hollow leg that I acquire when I'm high. And I went to snap it off and I fold, twist, pull it off. I'm eating paper. It doesn't matter. It was perfection. It was exactly what I needed. You could shake your head at me all day long. Dear listener,
I don't get how it's stupid.
Do you
I don't
spend
get how
money
it's
on
stupid. To me,
stupid
it seems,
things?
Yeah, and then make it better than 15 cents on some fucking delicious taffy. So
we would
I
love
swear
to
I'm
hear
having a hard
about it.
time.
Please write us at brilliantobservations@gmail.com. Let us know how you spend your discretionary funds and on stupid things because it will make me feel better or potentially not at all. Also, last note find us on Facebook at Brilliant Observations. Brill Ob Squad is our group on there. Find us. Or you can go on Instagram at Listen Brilliant. Our final point is last week, Amy misheard the word asshat.
Oh, did you fucking find out? Did you fucking find out?
I did. I texted you too, but I see that was a full week ago and you got nothing for me.
I missed it.
Yes.
Okay. What's it say?
It does not say asshat. It's avshat.
On Mindful Mavens?
Yes.
That's asshat.
Avshat.
Asshat.
Colorado's hockey team are the Avalanche, and they're the
for fuck's sake.
Avs if you live there, which we do not. So it was a very micro comment that we heard, asshat. I like asshat so much better. And then the best part isn't that we misunderstood asshat. The best part is she went on to describe it by color and how over time it has faded and how it is no longer what it used to be. And for those of us over 50
Sounds like an ass.
who've had colonoscopies, we are well aware that nothing is what it used to be. But she did say avs hat. Not very clearly, ladies. Work on that. But you are fucking hilarious.
I'll tell you this. And you did get a lot of feedback from my environs about your experience in the stadium. And the number one question was, does she even like sports? Does she understand what sports is? So, yeah. So, in any event, I'm rarely in the right. But I'm told that I had it right, that these haters going to hate. And that's part of the deal. In any event, I'm going to go back to the avs hat. And I'm going to also leave us on a very high note with someone who, unlike mindful mavens who were saying one thing and it was misperceived and heard as another,
Yes.
we have some poor unfortunate soul who totally didn't realize that what she was saying has a common colloquial understanding that she was oblivious to. Time was my league was associated with a lacrosse tournament. We have since left, and because we founded that tournament, we keep the name. It's about licensing. So the tournament exists without us, has to have a name change. The people who took over this tournament are calling it something else. Things go on, right? Used to be called the Pumpkin Classic. I didn't come up with that name. Don't even like it, but people know what it is, right? Happens every October, right around Halloween. So all these things. Okay, so they changed it to a different name so they could keep the tournament going. What do you think they call it?
The ass
It's
hats.
a fall name. It's about fall. It's you're not wrong. It's about fall. And they decided to call it the turkey toss.
Ooh.
The turkey toss, which is pretty bad. And if your brain is kind of safe, it doesn't seem all that bad until you realize that the hashtag she chose to promote it is get tossed.
As in like toss your salad, as in like eating ass, get tossed? Is that?
Get tossed. tossed for a child's event. Yes, get tossed. And she's wondering why they don't have a lot of participation this year. Really? I don't think I want to get tossed.
I don't think I want my kids to get tossed. What are you talking about?
The levels of what the fuck are you doing, Marie, are
People
just
are
through
vile.
the roof. I love it. I love it. I love it. So now you understand why I thought she was saying asshat.
We have an amazing Chinese restaurant by us called Han Dynasty. Makes complete sense. But when you put it together for their hashtag, it's handy nasty. And I love it so much. I love it so much. Their food is authentic and delicious. It's great, but handy nasty? Oh, no. Get tossed, friends. Get tossed.
I want handy nasty.
Everybody wants handy nasty. I just want the t-shirt that says hashtag handy nasty. Totally can be arranged. Their food's very good. You should go there.
I'm super down.
Dear listener, we love you. Thank you for turning us on this week. I hope in some way we turned you on, although I can't imagine how.
Not in a soiling of children's kitchen utensils kind of a way.
Right? Or handy nasty or tossing ass of children at a lacrosse tournament.
Keep it clean. Yes. Why does everybody want to go fecal with the children?
Stay with us.
Is no.
I like what you said. Keep it clean. Hey, dear listener, keep it clean, which is so not our motto. So we'll take it. We love you.